My son just passed away, Ramon, 22, has 2 children, had turned his life around, had tried to help a lot of people. But let me tell you something, whoever took my son's life, you don't have to worry about me coming after you. You better worry about God. I got a call, his fiance was crying, got my clothes on and came down here. I had a bad feeling tonight. Now I gotta bury my son, but woe and behold to whoever took his life. Don't think you can hide. You took my baby boy, you're gonna pay.
My children, they won't have their dad. I won't have my husband. I'm sorry, this is hard. This is hard. I can't do this. He was probably like 5 or 6 when he made this for me. It's a little heart, and it says Love Roberta, and it says Ramon on the back of it. And this is what he gave me, and this is all I really have left. I need to know if my brother Manny and Wesley had anything to do with it, or if they were there and watched anything. Did they do everything in their power to protect my baby brother? That's what I want to know. We all had plans to go to my father's house for New Year's Eve, but at the last minute, that same night, my brother Manny changed the plans. Around 8:30, 9 o'clock, we all started receiving phone calls, me, Rachel, Ramon, all started receiving phone calls from Manny saying that he was having a get-together at his house and there was going to be lots of food, lots of drinks. We were sitting down, having a couple of drinks, all of us together, and Ramon had left. I don't know where he went at the time, but I know he was okay because I was in contact with him through phone. I wound up leaving around 11:12 that night to go back down to my dad's house. When the ball had dropped, my dad says to Rachel, call Ramon. When Rachel called Ramon, Ramon told her he was out front and that he was getting into it with somebody. My brother was trying to protect somebody that night. So I jumped in my car to go look for my brother, and I saw Manny and Wesley. When I first pulled up, they were coming up the street towards me, and Manny told me that somebody had said that Ramon was laying behind a bench. And Manny, he gripped me up and he said, no, don't run through there because they'll kill you too. That was his statement to me. Man, he was just so worried about, me not running and me not looking for Ramon. And to tell you the truth, the face that Man and Wesley had on their faces that night, I've never saw nothing like that before. It looked like as if they were already looking for a dead body. When I saw the ambulance come, I saw the vicinity, they were circling around, so I started to look. Then I saw this one lady standing in her yard. She was by herself. And that's when my family member had asked the lady, is there anybody laying in your yard? And the lady, she said, yeah. And my family member had asked him if he was light-skinned, and he was. And that was my brother, and I didn't think it would be my brother. Somebody killed my brother. He was laying there. Somebody took all his possessions and everything from him. But just how he was laying, he had his arm behind his back with all his weight. All his weight was on him. Somebody rolled him over after they killed him. Somebody set my brother up, and it was somebody very close, and I don't trust it. My brothers were MIA at the crime scene and also at the police station, and that's what really hurt me the most, because if you're my big brother, then that's your big brother duty, to be there, to hold me. Not even me, it was about Ramon, but you just left him there like he was just a piece of trash and you walked away. It makes me feel like you didn't really care about him. It makes me think that, what was this whole thing a setup? To get us up your house, to do this, to hurt somebody in my family? They are lying for a reason, to cover something up. And it's gonna be exposed. It's gonna be exposed, and that's why I wanted to come here, because I need to know the truth about my little brother. That's the bottom line.
I don't wanna know what happened to Ramon. I wanna know what happened to Ramon, and if Man or Wesley is able to tell us that, I wanna know.
Our baby brother was murdered, and we truly believe that they know what happened to him, or they had something to do with it. Yes, my 2 older brothers, yes.
And why do you believe that they would have something to do with your younger brother's death?
There's 20 years apart, we have different moms, and then it's like, with both of them pointing the finger at one another, it's like...
They both accused each other of having to do something?
Yes, of saying, oh, well, I did everything I could. Like, Manny will say, oh, no, Wesley really didn't come and get me. And Wesley's like, no, I did. And then it's just, the stories are too, confusing. And then it's like, with them both leaving the party, multiple times that night, it's just, like...
I mean, are they capable of killing their own brother?
I don't know.
Exactly what happened to your brother?
He was at a party and he was jumped brutally by 30 to 50 men. He was held down and shot. He was murdered. A 22-year-old young man. He was supposed to marry, his high school sweetheart.
Also, I want to add that he was a supervisor at a daycare center.
Yes.
My brother went to high school. He graduated. He went to college. He did. He was a good man.
Right. From what I was briefed before the show, your brother was not involved in gangs in any way. He was engaged to be married, had a couple children, and like you said, had a job, went to college. So a decent young man.
Yes.
So, from what I'm told, you live in a neighborhood where there is a lot of gang activity, right?
They do.
The brothers do.
Yes.
What reason would, so many men hold your brother down and execute him?
Obviously,
it had to be a setup.
Do you know what happened?
No.
Okay. Did you witness anything happen to your brother?
I didn't even, when he walked away from me, there was no inclination of any kind that something was wrong or something was about to go down.
You had no problems with your brother?
No, I love my baby brother. My baby brother came to me.
Now let me ask you a question.
Everything.
Okay. Why do you think that your sisters believe that you had something to do?
Because I didn't come down there at the time they thought I should be down there with them, and because of what my brother told them.
Do you owe it to your family to go? Your sisters want answers. Do you owe it to them to at least tell them what happened? I know it can't be easy for you.
I told them, and they still.
But they're here.
They still don't believe.
They're here and they want answers. And your brother, he wants answers too, it sounds like.
They still don't believe that them boys did that to our brother. They just don't believe, man.
Who did it to your brother?
Whoever was in that house. So,
why don't you
dare jump on my brother?
Wesley, why don't you come out and talk to your family? Because at the very least, if you're telling the truth, we're going to get to the bottom of it. Maybe you repair your family. Everybody in your family is hurting right now.
They don't care about repair.
They're trying to get to him right now, so we should.
Man, I'm out.
He doesn't
want to do
No, we're not going to let him. We're not going to let him come out.
I'm out, man.
So Wesley, you don't want to tell me what happened that night?
I'm going home. I'm going
All right, you
home.
took a lie detector test, and we will read your results on the show.
All right.
Okay? And was willing to take a lie detector test. And we asked him, are you concealing any information about the murder of your brother? He answered no. Did you participate in any way in the murder of your brother? And he answered no. Did you witness the murder of your brother? He answered no, and the results came back the same to each question. And they came back that Manny told the truth. We asked your brother Wesley, are you concealing any information about the murder of your brother? And he said no. Did you participate in any way in the murder of your brother? And he answered no. Did you witness the murder of your brother? And Wesley answered no. And the results came back the same for each question, and it came back that Wesley told the truth. I certainly hope by you coming here today, this helped you somewhat with answering questions about your brother's
Within the
involvement.
family.
It did.
Yeah.
It did.
And I hope this can start some kind of healing process for your family.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
My name is Steve Wilkos, and I'm an investigative talk show host with a law enforcement background.
It was my life or his.
My job is to get truth and justice for everyday people. Watch our videos now.